Keep your eyes on the prize, everything on just time, just keep on working. Just because you're not perfect, that no means that you're worthless. Worthless, what you end up on? Never sacrifice yourself, you get ahead in life. Me know sometimes it gets so rough and you feel terrified. Just hold it out because it's better on the other side. Me know you're feeling down, me see a bag of pain in your eyes. As get a youth, we have to make it, there's no other choice. When I free also life, it satisfy me appetite. Grabbing the barrel of the explanation of your life. Sometimes me feel free die just so me can go get fit off the cry. The pain and the stress in your life make things feel hopeless. But just because you're not perfect, that no means that you're worthless. Hey, keep your eyes on the prize, everything on just time, just keep on working. Just because you're not perfect, that no means that you're worthless. Worthless. I work so hard for everything I want. Sometimes I sit in the dark just to reflect on my past. Might show your love, but me not trust no man. You know the amount of time when them done did me wrong. Me feel fi die, but then me turn to God. Them tell me you too strong, you know fi fear no man.
This is your news source evening bulletin for today, Tuesday, the 23rd day of March in the year 2021. I'm Gordon Mosley. Here's what we're tracking tonight. 3 persons, including 2 prisoner escapees, were shot dead by the police last evening in the backlands of the East Coast village of Better Hope on the east coast of Demerara during a shootout. The 3rd person who was shot dead has been identified as a Better Hope squatting down woman, 49-year-old Savitri Rajkumar, also known as Debbie. The police said she was a close acquaintance of one of the escapees who was shot dead. The dead prisoner escapees were identified as Ryan Jones and Imran Ramsawak, who were among 4 prisoners who escaped from the Mazaruni jail back in February. Jones was serving time in jail for manslaughter, while Ramsawak was a murder convict. In a statement late last night, the Guyana police force said, acting on information that prisoner escapees were hiding out in the area, police ranks went to the location in the Better Hope South Backlands at around 8:40 last night. According to the police, the ranks observed 3 wooden shacks and a partly constructed one in a cleared out section of the field. The police said the ranks first cleared the first shack, and after hearing a voice coming from the 3rd shack, the ranks called out and identified themselves as police. The police said a man emerged from the shack and opened fire on the lawmen, resulting in the police ranks returning fire. When the gunfire ended, 3 persons were found dead in the shack, while a 4th managed to escape during the shootout. The police public relations department said a double-barrel shotgun was also found at the scene. The 3 dead persons were taken to the Georgetown hospital, then transferred to a city morgue. Police investigators are still looking for the 4th person who escaped from the scene. The investigations are ongoing tonight, and the other 2 prisoners who escaped from the Mazaruni jail back in February remain on the run. More news coming up in just a moment.
Guyana, we've been through it all.
But as a people we have
weathered every storm
and risen to every challenge.
Because it is the people of Guyana
that gives it its strength.
all the people,
regardless of race,
class, or religion.
We
are one people, one strength.
And now is our time. A time to rise. Together, we rise.
At Sash Financial, we create strategies for strengthening business and personal finances while helping our clients to build sustainable wealth. Our financial and business consultancy services are uniquely tailored to ensure every client receives quality packages and optimal results. Our financial services include financial reporting and analysis, financial status assessment, internal audits, bookkeeping and records management, financial planning advice, tax returns. Our business advisory services are related to business plans, business startups, operational improvement, business management, document preparation, procedures development, efficient marketing. Call or WhatsApp us today for your free consultation on telephone number 592-665-6045. Sash Financial, strengthening businesses, building wealth.
University students, do you know who is seeing what you share online? Prospective employers, recruiters, and graduate schools often screen potential candidates before hiring or approving applications. Sharing inappropriate images or posts and using obscene language online can cost you dearly. Avoid paying the price. 1. Set your account to private. 2. Think twice before you share a post. 3. Get permission before posting details about others. Remember, what goes online stays online. Stop oversharing and get safe online.
I'm happy to be part of a group of people who are interested in the well-being of each and every Guyanese. You have to remember that we have to protect our health. A healthy population is important in our development drive, and I would encourage you all to be part and parcel of this project. So please support the project by taking your pills. Thank you.
For the past 2 decades, the global community prioritized eliminating lymphatic filariasis, commonly known as filaria, as a public health problem. Many countries in the Americas have achieved this goal.
We're looking to have 100% eradication of this disease in Guyana. So we look forward to all of our citizens working with our teams, but in the Ministry of Health, as they go around in our communities, meeting with you to administer this pills.
And I will encourage you all to take your pills so that we can once and for all rid Guyana of filariasis.
We have to get rid of the negatives in relation to filaria. So please let the science be your guide and take the tablets.
My family would be taking their pills. I do hope that you would also be taking your pills so that we can together work on eliminating filaria from Guyana.
Filaria gonna get knocked out, TKO.
A message from the Ministry of Health in collaboration with PAHO.
We are legions of men standing strong, but never too proud to stoop and help someone. We must send a clear signal to all. Do right. Walk in upright ways. Knowing that's what being a man is all about. And ever aware that things will only get worse when good men do nothing. Stand strong. Be the one to live right.
Mom, what are you doing with GPL on your list?
Child, you forgot I have to pay GPL?
You got time with GPL?
I have to keep these lights on. The customers who think in that manner and refuse to honor their obligation to GPL are obviously not playing their part in ensuring quality service delivery. So, I will continue to pay my GPL bill on time, every time.
I recognize the value of your point, Mom. You were right.
Welcome back. President Irfaan Ali rolled down the welcoming carpet for investors from Europe this morning as he addressed an Invest in Guyana forum, organized by the European Union delegation in Guyana and other partners. The virtual event has brought together more than 500 investors from countries all across the globe who are seeking investment opportunities in Guyana and South America. President Ali told the potential investors that Guyana creates the perfect setting for investments that will have long-term impact and benefits. He spoke about the links to other South American and Caribbean markets and the development of the oil industry here in Guyana.
Investors doing business with Guyana can be assured of an ever-improving enabling environment for business. They can be sure of a growing economy which will support business expansion. They can anticipate a macroeconomic framework that guarantees stability and protects their assets. They can expect fiscal incentives to attract their investments and ensure greater competitiveness. They can look forward to improvements in ease of doing business and respect for property rights and the rule of law.
In making his case for investment from Europe in Guyana, the president reminded the investors of the close ties that Guyana and the EU have shared for over 4 decades.
For the past 45 years, it has been engaged in an economic partnership with Europe and is therefore not an unknown destination to European investors. Guyana is strategically located and offers access to key markets, including the Caribbean. Guyana welcomes investors from Europe. We look forward particularly to European foreign direct investment in Guyana and for Euro-based firms to partner with local companies in seizing the unfolding economic opportunities.
The president also told the forum that Guyana is preparing to roll out a number of transformative projects that will be suitable for investment, including direct investment and public and private sector partnerships.
The country's transformative agenda encompasses all sectors of our economy and will require significant levels of investment, including foreign direct investment and public-private partnership. The opportunities will be boundless, while oil and gas will spawn innumerable business opportunities. Investment openings will also abound in all of the country's sectors of growth. This conference allows for our investors to gain insights into the economic opportunities which will become available.
The Invest in Guyana Forum has also received support from the Guyana Office for Investment, Go Invest, the Caribbean Export Development Agency, and the Caribbean Association of Investment Promotion Agencies. The head of the EU delegation in Guyana, Ambassador Fernando Pons Canto, said Guyana is ready for investment. He encouraged European investors to take a serious look at investing in Guyana, since the opportunities are plenty. Let's tell you now that the mayor and councillors of Georgetown spent part of their statutory meeting on Monday watching the ruling and orders handed down by the Chief Justice in the tax case against the Giftland Mall. In handing down her orders, the Chief Justice made it very clear that once a proper procedure is followed, the popular Giftland Mall will have to pay up the taxes it owes to the Georgetown City Council. The Chief Justice clarified her ruling after it was reported in some sections of the media that there were no taxes owed. The Chief Justice clarified that she ordered that until proper procedures are followed, the applicant is not liable to taxes, but that does not mean the company will not be required to pay the taxes.
Until the proper procedures are followed, the applicant would not be liable to taxes. Once the applicable procedures are followed, then obviously they would have to pay that which is required according to law. So if it is that the media, and I don't know where they would have gotten it from, if it is that the media is of the view that the applicant is not liable to pay any taxes in perpetuity, well, that they are mistaken.
That clarification came earlier this month during a hearing. After a back and forth in the media between City Hall and the Giftland owner, Georgetown Mayor Ubraj Narain sought and was granted permission to play the recording of the Chief Justice's order during Monday's statutory meeting. The Chief Justice's chambers also promised to provide a full transcript of the recording. The Chief Justice said she knows exactly what was considered in the matter and has no time for public banter over the order she handed down. The attorney for the Georgetown City Council, Darren Wade, had always maintained that while taxes cannot be demanded based on a system that has not been updated, that does not mean that taxes are still not owed. He said the court is of the view that laws relating to taxes must be strictly followed. So as a result of the failure by the minister and the chief evaluation officer, the court held demanding taxes is unlawful. Wade said based on the ruling, the Chief Justice appears to be of the view that a modern evaluation must be done in order for the council to demand taxes. He said once that updated evaluation is done, the taxes are likely to be much higher and the City Council will stand to benefit more. Still with municipal matters, during a meeting with the mayor and deputy mayor of Georgetown on Monday, President Irfan Ali committed to the government making an advance payment of taxes to City Hall to the tune of $100 million. The The city mayor described the meeting as fruitful and said he was able to inform the president of some of the challenges being faced by the municipality.
We had numerous discussions, and we are looking to work along with the government for the development of the city and its people. And the president had committed on numerous discussions, and now we have to reach to the various ministers to finalize some of the aspects to move forward with some of the development of the city. I want to say that this meeting was very fruitful, and it is something that we are looking forward with the collaboration with the ministries now to get these things very quickly done.
Anything on the forefront?
Yes, I can make mention of the City Hall building. One of that project we discussed. We discussed NIS retroactive since 1994. We discussed on the reforming of the 2801 that govern all the municipalities. The current bylaws need to upgrade and to relooked by the Mayor City Council, the Ministry of Local Government and Regional Development, and the AG. So it's a good partnership which we willing to work, and we are willing to move forward the process very quickly.
In a statement from his office, the president said that the city and the national heritage of the city are reflections of the rest of Guyana, and he pointed to the need for protection and preservation, noting that City Hall and its adjacent buildings are important historical sites that must be maintained. Parking in the city and greater collaboration between the local government ministry and the city council were among the other issues discussed at the meeting. On the issue of parking in the city, President Ali said the issues of congestion and parking are paramount, since structured systems are the hallmark of modern cities. He proposed that a city council work in tandem with the private sector to achieve infrastructure projects, such as the enhancement and maintenance of parapets and drains in key parts of Georgetown, as well as the construction of modern parking facilities. The local government minister and the mayor are expected to meet before the end of this week to move some of their plans forward. Some sad news to report now. 4 more COVID-19 related deaths were recorded today, taking the total number of deaths related to the disease to 220. Since the start of this month, 21 deaths have been recorded. There are currently 11 persons in the COVID-19 intensive care unit. The Ministry of Health also reported today that the country has seen 64 new cases of the virus being recorded in the past 24 hours. 20 new cases were recorded in Region 4, another 20 new cases have been recorded in Region 7, and Region 3 saw 17 new cases recorded. Based on the figures released by the Ministry of Health, there are now 901 active cases in the country, with more than 800 of those persons in home isolation. Over 1,000 new cases of coronavirus have been recorded in Guyana in the past 3 weeks, making it one of the highest numbers of new infections in the Caribbean. Health Minister Dr. Frank Anthony maintains that citizens need to be responsible to avoid contracting the virus.
Right now we have about 900 and something active cases. Over the last 3 weeks we have seen increasing amounts of cases, especially in Region 4 and in Region 3, and this is quite worrying. But we have also noticed that there have been events that people would go to, they're not wearing their mask. The seawall is a typical example where people would go and gather and they're not wearing masks and they have a good time. We have had a task force meeting this morning, which the Prime Minister was chairing, and one of the things that we have addressed with the joint services is that there must be increased enforcement of the COVID guidelines, because if people continue to disregard these guidelines, not wearing masks, socializing, being very close to each other, gathering in these public spaces that they're closely together, we are going to have spread.
A national vaccination program is ongoing. Over 20,000 persons have already been vaccinated. Police investigators believe that a burnt-out white Toyota Fielder wagon that was found at Swan on the Suzuki-Linden Highway was the same car used by the gunmen who executed popular biker Ricardo Fagundes outside Palm Court. The wagon was found in Belize on Sunday night in the small community of Swan, just off of the Linden-Suslike Highway. Checks of the car revealed that all of the markings that would have indicated its chassis number were completely scraped off. Investigators are also convinced that it is the same car that was used by the gunmen. They are now reviewing various CCTV camera footage from around the city and also the east bank of the Demerara corridor, hoping that images of the car and possibly its occupants were picked up by one of the many cameras. Surveillance video recording from Palm Court of the shooting incident revealed that 2 gunmen carried out the attack and escaped in a white wagon that was waiting nearby with a driver. The video recording shows Fagundez coming under a hail of gunfire just as he was crossing the road after leaving the night spot. The assailants appeared to have been waiting on him. The man was walking towards a black 4x4 vehicle when the 2 gunmen jumped out of the back of a parked car across the road and opened fire on him. As Fagundez fell to the ground, the gunmen ran closer to him while still shooting, and they stood over him, firing additional shots at close range. The 2 gunmen are then seen hurrying back to the waiting white wagon and speeding off from the scene. The execution occurred just after 9:30 on Sunday night. There has been no arrest as the probe continues.
It's trendy to share your vacation plans, photos, and location on social media. But do you know who is seeing your posts? Sharing that you're on vacation or a business can signal to potential burglars that your home is empty. Using location services can also allow people to track your whereabouts, making you an easy target for theft. Be aware of what information you share about your location and your possessions. Remember, what goes online stays online. Stop oversharing and get safe online.
Fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up, fuel it up and drive, super 95. Tune up. Protect your fuel system, boy. High mileage and performance, boy.
Guy Super 95 gasoline gives you more reasons to drive and is available at 56 service stations nationwide. For affordable price, high performance, and high mileage, choose Guy's Super 95 gasoline.
Fuel it up and drive. Go spread the word in your area. We gonna end filaria.
For the past 2 decades, the global community prioritized eliminating lymphatic filariasis, commonly known as filaria, as a public health problem. Many countries in the Americas have achieved this goal.
We're looking to have 100% eradication of this disease in Guyana. So we look forward to all of our citizens working with our teams from the Ministry of Health as they go around in our communities, meeting with you to administer this pills.
And I will encourage you all to take your pills so that we can once and for all rid Guyana of filariasis.
We have to get rid of the negatives in relation to filaria. So please let the science be your guide and take the tablets.
My family would be taking their pills. I do hope that you would also be taking your pills so that we can together work on eliminating filaria from Guyana.
Filaria gonna get knocked out. TKO.
A message from the Ministry of Health in collaboration with PAHO.
Hi, I'm Onaj Warren, Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce, and I just took the filaria pills. I encourage all of you to do the same.
Due to the impacts of the global pandemic, COVID-19 across our nation,
Essential organizations like us have chosen to adopt innovative approaches to meet the emerging needs of our customers while protecting our employees. Here are some quick tips to make managing your GPL bill easier while we practice social distancing. To register for electronic billing, you can use the e-billing tab on your website. To access your bill balance, you can use 4 options: the website live chat at gpl.net, the online inquiry on our website under billing, SMS Freedom by texting your GPL reference number to 624-0400 or 608-8400, or call our call center at 226-2600. A message from the Guyana Power and Light Incorporated.
Across the region right now, the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda, Gaston Brown, is coming under fire after stating that former Barbados-based pilots of the beleaguered regional airline Liat are rotten elements responsible for the demise of the carrier. The Prime Minister was at the time responding to a class action suit by the terminated pilots against the Antigua and Barbuda government. 10 former pilots are part of a constitutional motion filed recently in the High Court in St. John's by Captain Neil Cave of Barbados. They insisted that they wouldn't be bullied into backing down, despite Brown's pledge to end all support for Liat if the pilots and those who represent them continue to frustrate his efforts to rescue the collapsed airline. The Antigua and Barbuda leader described the litigation as very unfortunate, adding that if Liat goes into liquidation, at best the former pilots would get about 5% of what is owed to them. In Haiti, the Belize Football Federation has expressed its disappointment and disgust after a bus taking the national team to their hotel in Haiti was held up by an armed gang. The incident occurred on Monday, shortly after the squad arrived in the country for a 2022 World Cup qualifier game. Police escorting the team were forced to negotiate with the gang to allow the bus to proceed to the hotel. The captain of the team, Dion Macaulay, described the incident as a moment of intense fear. An image posted on the Federation's Facebook page showed a gang on motorbikes wearing masks and carrying weapons. In a statement, the Belize Football Association said it takes the time to express its disappointment and disgust at the unfortunate incident faced by its team as they were heading from the airport to a hotel in Haiti. The team is scheduled to play Haiti in their opening World Cup qualifier game on Thursday in Port-au-Prince. And finally tonight, international news. The Prince is going to work. The Duke of Sussex is to become the Chief Impact Officer at the U.S. coaching and mental health firm BetterUp. Prince Harry said in a statement that he was really excited about taking on the new role. His exact duties, hours, and any payment are not clear. It is his latest job move after he and the Duchess of Sussex stepped back as senior royals in March of last year. It also comes after the Duke and Meghan gave an explosive interview to Oprah Winfrey earlier this month. In that interview, the couple alleged an unnamed royal family member had asked about how dark their son Archie's skin might be before he was born. Buckingham Palace has said that the claim is concerning, but it will be addressed privately. Earlier this week, Buckingham Palace said a diversity review was on the way across all royal households. And that's your News Source Evening Bulletin for tonight. I'm Gordon Mosley reporting. Stay safe.